The Ministry of Health's Institute for Clinical Research, or ICR, has refuted Pharmaniaga's claim that 2 doses of Sinovac's COVID-19 vaccine with 1 Pfizer-BioNTech booster is less effective against the Omicron variant of the coronavirus compared with 3 doses of the Sinovac vaccine. ICR said in a statement issued today that this was a misrepresentation of prevailing facts and evidence, and that it continues to recommend Pfizer or AstraZeneca as the preferred booster for Sinovac vaccine recipients. It pointed out that there is emerging and consistent evidence around the world that heterologous booster vaccination or vaccine mixing results in more robust immune responses and is more effective than homologous boosting. According to the ICR, a study done in Hong Kong found that a heterologous Pfizer booster following 2 doses of Sinovac improved neutralizing antibody levels against the Omicron variant at 3 to 5 weeks post-booster dose, while 3 doses of Sinovac failed to elicit neutralizing antibody responses to Omicron in most recipients. The ICR also cited another study conducted in Brazil, which found that heterologous boosting with AstraZeneca, Janssen and Pfizer resulted in more robust immune responses than homologous boosting and thus potentially stronger protection. AirAsia Aviation, the holding company of the airline group, is set to announce key organisational changes tomorrow. In a media advisory today, AirAsia said the airline group entity will also be announcing the establishment of an independent board of directors, including a new non-executive chairman. It said the announcement will be made by Capital A Chief Executive Officer Tan Sri Tony Fernandes. Capital A is the new name of AirAsia Group effective today. In early January this year, the low-cost airline said the proposed name change aims to give the group a new corporate identity that offers a better reflection of its core business and future undertakings, in tandem with the company's rapid transformation from an airline into a digital travel and lifestyle services entity. It aims to achieve 50% of its revenue from its non-airline business by 2026 and plans to focus exclusively on the ASEAN region with a 700 million population and strong growth prospects. Former Prime Minister Datuk Sri Najib Razak or his agents, servants or officers must disclose to 1MDB and its units Global Diversified Investment Company his assets both within the country and abroad to the tune of $681 million or 2.85 billion ringgit. This is one of the orders stipulated in the Mariva injunction against Najib, who is also former finance minister. According to the order cited by theedgemarkets.com, Najib must do this in writing to the 2 entities' solicitors within 14 days after the injunction is served on the XPM. He is required to disclose the assets, whether it is solely in his own name or jointly owned with the other defendants in the claim and his nominees who may hold the assets on his behalf, along with the value, location and details of these holdings. The order states that if the total value, free of charges or other securities of Najib's assets in Malaysia exceeds $681 million, he may remove any of those assets from Malaysia or dispose or deal with them, so long that his assets in the country remain not less than the figure being claimed by 1MDB and its subsidiaries. The Kuala Lumpur High Court dismissed Serbadynamic Holdings' application for an injunction on Bursa Malaysia Securities to prohibit the regulatory authority from forcing the company to release the factual findings update by EY Consulting. Justice Dato' Ahmad Fairoz Zainul Abidin ruled that Serbadynamic's application is not defensible and factually not supported, given the undertaking the company has with regards to contractual obligations with Bursa. Furthermore, he said, the court should not second-guess the functions of a regulator in imposing such conditions for the company to make the announcement. If so, he said, there would be chaos if the court were to choose and accept to undertake Serbadynamic's own interpretation rather than that of Bursa, which is the regulator. He also said Bursa was not acting in excess of its power when it suspended the company's shares. The judge ordered Serbadinamik to pay 30,000 ringgit costs to Bursa as the case was brought requiring immediate attention. On Monday, at another High Court, Judicial Commissioner Wan Muhammad Amin Wan Yahya had ordered Serbadinamik to review the fact-finding update within 2 market days. However, it is understood that Serbadinamik has formally written in to apply for a stay of his decision, and that application will be heard next Monday. Aluminium smelter Press Metal Aluminium Holdings share price hit its all-time high at 6 ringgit 68 cent. This comes as Bloomberg reported that aluminium prices neared a 13-year high of $3,215 per ton on the London Metal Exchange, while Goldman Sachs Group has predicted that the commodity will fetch an even higher price as supply disruptions from China to Europe further tighten the market. Based on Bloomberg data, the average target price for pressed metal stands at 7 ringgit 64 cent, while the consensus rating was buy based on 8 analysts' recommendations. Of all the analysts, Nomura's and RHB researchers were the most bullish, with a target price of 8 ringgit 30 cent and 8 ringgit 50 cent respectively. At the close, pressed metal shares were 19 cent or 2.93% higher at 6 ringgit 68, valuing the group at 53.97 billion ringgit.